said, I'm going to be praying for you, and ask for her name. And then on the other side is Jesus. You need to be ready to argue your faith. That's funny, but that's probably not cool to be calling him an elf.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, so what do you want for Christmas? And she said, I want a divorce. Do you know what the finger on the side of the nose is?
So I was wondering, I was like, are you picking your nose?
No.
That's right. He'll be watching the comments.
That's right. You don't want to get on the naughty list for your comment.
So be nice on the comments on YouTube.
I kept getting nods from I felt like the Lord. You want to make sure that you don't try to replace Jesus. And this is the magic key that you can get into a home without a chimney. So I would love to be the official CCM Santa.
Oh, cool.
For not only the labels, but also the artists. Stay salty and shine bright. You have a minute for the story?
Oh, we got all the time. I love these stories.
Okay.
Merry Christmas and welcome to the Salty Christians YouTube channel. The mission of this channel is to inspire Christians to be salt and light. And I do that by sharing stories and testimonies of Christians being salt and light in their sphere of influence. And today, we get to hear how Santa himself is being salt and light.
Thanks for coming to the North Pole.
That's right. Well, we should clarify. So you are one of Santa's helpers. You're not the original.
Right. I am not 1,755 years old. I am a Santa portrayal artist, and there's lots of us because there's only one Santa. And we help, and we go around to different cities. I am basically based out of Birmingham, Alabama. So I'm known as Santa Birmingham.
SantaBirmingham.com.
That's right.
And let's go ahead. We'll start walking around here. We're at the Christmas place here in the Nashville, Tennessee area. But I guess, so right over here when I was checking this place out, there was a ornament of Santa kneeling before Jesus.
Right.
And when I forget how I saw you on LinkedIn or something, I was like, wait, you work in Christian radio during the summer months?
That's right.
And I was like, I need to have a Santa sharing how they're being salt and light being Santa. So I just love, we've all seen these, Santa kneeling and bowing, worshiping Jesus.
You want to make sure that you don't try to replace Jesus, and you know where your power and your help comes from. And so there are certain Santa helpers that will have embroidery on their suit of like a manger scene, and then there are Santas that will do photo sessions with the manger scene.
Oh, cool.
And so certain people will request that as well. But it's also cool to be able to just give some salt and light during the season, because you don't know who you're going to run into.
Exactly. Well, and the origin story of Saint Nick is incredible. I mean, it's 4th century. He was a bishop in the Turkey area, I believe.
Right.
And he was like giving gifts, but not letting other people know that he was doing it.
Right.
Which was just, I mean, talk about being salt and light and doing it for people who, like the one story I heard was about I always forget to switch over to me when I'm talking. But the story that I'd heard was there was a family and they had a couple young daughters and they couldn't pay for the dowry. And so those daughters were going to either be sold into slavery, and then Saint Nick would drop gold in the middle of the night into their home over a couple nights so that they could pay for the dowry. And anyway, it was just the origins of Saint Nick is very salt and light, bringing light to the darkness and adding flavor to culture and to life and giving hope to people.
Right. And there's a story last year when I was at the Galleria in Birmingham, and I was in the Belk store. A lady walked by. There was a lull in the line of people. And so I'm sitting on a bench with Christmas trees behind me, and it was fun because every now and then I would just say, hi, and they would jump because they thought I was a stuffed display, and it freaked them out that I was actually real and living. And one lady, I struck up a conversation, and I said, so what do you want for Christmas? And she said, I want a divorce.
Ooh.
And just looked like the weight of the world was on her. She just like the blood drained out of her face. And I said, "Are you serious?" She said, "I've never been more serious." I said, "You don't want a car, you don't want money, you don't want toys?" And she said, "No, that's all I want." I said, "I'm going to be praying for you," and asked for her name. And so that was a moment that she brightened up and felt like someone cared.
Yeah.
And that someone was going to be praying for her, and so I did. This is the Salty Christians YouTube channel. Subscribe and like and stay on the nice list.
I always tell people we all have a sphere of influence and how
Right.
we can share the love of Jesus, and we just got to be willing and able. And here's an example of you being, what's the correct term? Santa actor? Santa portrayer?
Portrayal artist.
Okay, we're going to walk over here.
Yeah, sure.
Portrayal artist. But then,
I got that term actually from one of the premier Santas in the country.
okay.
Santa Ed, who was in marketing and still is a marketing machine. Tony Robbins was one of his clients
Okay.
in the 80s when he took off. And so he has a Santa school. He will mentor people, and so he will give the ability for you to have tough questions thrown at you and just to be prepared.
Yeah.
So even to handle a tough question or a tough statement like that, you just pause, you take a deep breath,
Yeah.
and then you just kind of start going with the flow.
Well, and I can imagine with kids, I
Right.
mean, you're going to get all kinds of different surprising.
Right.
And you've been a Santa for 1 year now,
Right.
right? And
Yeah.
any stories of with kids, like what has been maybe one of the most shocking, maybe wishes or
Sure.
heartwarming ones?
Out of the 17 appearances I had last year, I had at one particular location was a pretty affluent area,
Okay.
and a group of clients for a realtor that asked me to come to his house. And so I had a barrage of, I want a helicopter for a 10-year-old. And I said, "Do you even have a pilot's license?" Type of thing. But the girls would have about 100 items on the store online store for Amazon. I said, "Well, you might want to hold back some of those for your birthday. You don't want to get all of them at one time." But the animal question of a puppy is a big deal. And so as someone that has gone through enough schooling to find out that you never promise and you never say no. If it's an animal like that, you say, "Well, I'm a toy maker, and so a live animal, I'm going to have to talk to your parents about that." Or you say, "Are you sure that you're ready for that? You know,
Yeah.
you're going to have to
Yeah.
love them. You're going to have to spend a lot of time with them. You're going to have to take them on walks. You got to feed them." So you just engage with them. And it's a lot of fun to get them
Yeah.
to start thinking about it and to think, "Oh, well, that's not just a gift that I want. That's something that I've got to
Yeah.
return the love to." So those are kind of cool
But
things.
before we scheduled this time to record, I wanted to make sure, like, okay, this guy's a Christian, and
Yes.
I don't just want to have a Santa on my YouTube channel because it'd be cool and it'll look great during the month of December. But you had mentioned also that you were adding some Christian symbolism
Yes.
to your costume.
I do work in Christian radio, and this is the magic key that you can get into a home without a chimney.
Oh,
And so this particular year, I bought the magic key, and I've been looking for the right key holder. And some Santas, a lot of them, will buy a leather keychain holder. This one happens to say, "I Know a Name"
oh, cool.
from Elevation Worship.
nice.
If you're familiar with their
Yeah.
current
Oh,
song.
yeah,
that's
very familiar.
And then on the other side is
Okay,
Jesus.
that's
So not only am I going to have the opportunity to be salt and light, but if you know that people are going to want to know what name that is,
Yeah.
or does that have anything to do with the nice list? There's names on the list. What name do you know that I'm going to be super happy and proud to be able to flip that over?
Oh, that's so cool.
I can't wait to do that, actually.
Yeah, so this will be the first year you're doing that.
Right. This just was a gift that came in the mail within the last week or so.
Well, and I'm sure, like, as the years go on and you become more and more known in the Birmingham area and surrounding area, like, you're gonna see more on-ramps to be able to share your faith.
Yeah.
Like, even the idea of naughty and nice.
Right.
You know, like, for kids to wrestle with that. And
I know. And I've also had parents. I did an appearance last year, and when I did it was about a 30-minute, supposed to be a 30-minute appearance at a company private party at a home in Birmingham. And all of a sudden, the parents wanted me to go to a quiet room and record a video for their kid. And they would feed me the name of the kid, and I would record, and they're like, I want you to tell them that just because they're on the nice list, they have to keep being nice. I don't want to give them the free pass.
Yeah.
And I said, so you've got to stay nice. If you give me your list,
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
you have to keep being nice. Or to your brother, or
Yeah.
you know, or do your chores and those type of things. So the parents are really fun. It's a really fun interaction with parents to be able to help them with their kids, not just have the green light to I'm on the nice list. Now I can do anything I want, much like the grace that you get from God doesn't give you the green light to go sin because all of your sins have been forgiven. You're supposed to live in a way that's pleasing to God and honoring Him for the sacrifice that He made.
Amen. That's
So-
good.
Hello, how are you?
So tell me the story of how you got into being Santa.
Well, it was really interesting because I have always loved Santa. I've always loved how it made me feel as a child. And I didn't realize this until recently, but I talked to a friend of mine and she said, I'm so glad you grew out your beard to do that because you told me 20 years ago that you wanted to be Santa.
Yeah.
And I had forgotten that, and it just started flowing and becoming, I kept getting nods from I felt like the Lord. And I reached out to a premier Santa in the Birmingham area to just pick his brain and see, what do I need to do when I get to retirement age? And his head elf said, oh no, we're putting you to work. Because Santa Bill is much like the Santa except not falling off the roof, just wanting to back off and needs some help from another helper because he's a helper.
Gotcha.
And so he only wanted to do repeat business, and anything new that came in, they wanted to give it to me. So my first appearance was for an 8-year-old's Christmas themed birthday party in July last year. And so now some of the people that booked me through them have rebooked me to be recurring clients, and so it's just growing. And I just thought, well, I wasn't planning on doing this soon. I have to keep my hat on because my hair's dark.
But the beard.
But the
this
beard.
That's all real.
This is all real. And that's one of the things you get to do as a real bearded Santa. There are real bearded Santa clubs.
Really?
There's such a interesting
There's like a whole nother subculture here.
subculture.
You were telling me there's like lots of Facebook groups.
Yes, lots of Facebook groups. There's a real beard Santa Facebook group. And so there's this sometimes healthy, sometimes not healthy competition between the guys who use a fake beard, but it's called something else. You don't want to use the word fake, but it's a high-end imitation beard that you put on with
No way.
theater makeup, and you can't tell except the mustache is a little too perfectly curled.
Yeah.
But I can do that
Nice.
with the right product.
Okay.
My mom is a cosmetologist, so I know how to use a product called Got to Be Glued.
Got to be glued.
For
All
about-
right.
Curling iron, about 15 seconds with the blow dryer, and you too
You can have a.
can have a curled mustache on the ends.
So what are your Santa goals? So you've done one Christmas season. what would be like, you would just be, like, is it the mall Santa? Is it, I don't know.
I got to do that.
Okay.
The two things that, and I'm glad you asked that, because two things that I have not been able to do that I want to do is like the Thanksgiving Day parade Santa.
Yeah.
I haven't done a parade. I have done a tree lighting. And so there's a couple of things like that that I'd love to do a parade. And there's a friend of mine that has a classic car that's red and a convertible.
Oh, cool.
That I would love to be able to use.
Yeah.
But the goals, the small goals that I had, God's already completely eclipsed those. Anything that you could think of,
Yeah.
God's done immeasurably more. Last year, I was asked to come up and after the Doves, put on my super suit.
The Dove Awards,
The Dove Awards.
Christian Music Awards. Yeah.
I
here
had
in
a
Nashville.
record label that asked me to stop by their offices on the way home, and I recorded several videos to promote the Christmas singles for CeCe Winans
Oh, cool.
and Phil Wickham.
Yeah.
And Phil Wickham's Christmas song went #1. I don't think I had anything to do with that.
But we know he kind of did. You know it too, Phil Wickham. I'm going to tag you in this. Hey, I even got the good ho 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 out of you.
It's more of a laugh. It's not just a ho ho ho. That's
Yeah.
fake. It's more of a laugh, chuckle. But the fact that this year during the Dove Awards, I've been asked by another label to host a Christmas round with 3 artists to introduce their Christmas songs. So I would love to be the official CCM Santa
Oh, cool.
for not only the labels,
Yeah.
but also the artists.
Yeah.
Because those artists need someone that they can trust to know where they live
Yeah.
and be around their children and be around their families and know
And bring your faith to it.
And bring your faith
when
to
there's
it.
an opportunity to pray for someone, to
Exactly.
be willing to,
Right.
like, I'm sure you ethically you can't be going forcefully, hey, let me pray for you, like being the
Right.
praying Santa. But when the opportunity presents itself, you're ready.
I am.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Which is a good lesson for everybody watching this. Because again, the goal of this channel is, I know when I hear a testimony of someone being salt and light, it inspires me. And it inspires me to go be salt and light in whatever my sphere of influence is. And so for you, being ready and willing to do it. And a lot of people are in your situation where corporate work, corporate job,
Right.
they can't wear their faith on their sleeve or on their belt. But they're ready for those one-on-one, when someone says, I'm ready to go for it, I want a divorce.
right.
You can be compassionate in that moment. And so I love that.
Oh yeah, I just want to show compassion and salt and light, just like what this entire channel is all about. So it's really cool that you're doing this and trying to shine some of the light on the salt that's going on.
Exactly. And the testimonies and stories is the way we do that, because I know that when I get busy, you can kind of like forget, oh wait, Jesus calls us to be salt and light.
Right.
But when I hear your story, I always go back, like one of my very first episodes was with my friend Dean, who works at a pharmacy and just giving people their medicine. And he just does the simple act of praying for people when he feels like the Holy Spirit prompts him to.
That's beautiful.
And it's those simple things. And when we hear those, it's like, oh wait, I could do, it doesn't have to be complicated. We just have to be willing.
And one other thing that I was able to do last year, I was asked to go to a church
Oh, cool.
and show up as Santa at a Christmas concert.
Okay.
You have a minute for the story?
We got all the time. I love these stories.
Okay. So the gentleman that puts on, he's done it 10 years in a row at a local church in Birmingham. And I was contacted through Santa Bill and his head elf, Rachel, that also books me, which is just kind of funny to say that there's a head elf that books me. So I was asked when I got through with one appearance to stop by this church because I just need to walk out on stage with 2 girls, ask them what they want for Christmas. They're going to ask for a Barbie. I'm going to hand them a Barbie, and then I'm off stage. That is not what happened.
Wow.
So having a radio background and an ad lib background really prepared me, and I believe radio has prepared me for the last 35 years to do this. So what happened was I show up, and the guy doing the piano concert is a midget. And he has come up with a whole skit for me to do and shows me the script and then takes it away to put it on stage. I haven't had a chance to look over it more than once.
Yeah.
As they're talking to me, and I haven't focused on it. And it's in my chair on stage, and I'm talking to his youth guy who's dressed up as an elf. I'm supposed to go out and ask for my little elf to make the crowd know that I'm supposedly talking about him, and they're gonna chuckle. And then nothing happens, nobody shows up, so I ask for the two girls to come, and I have this whole dialogue with them. They're twins, and the video is so fun that they put it on YouTube. And so I'm asking them what they want, and there's like 3 different things and then a Barbie. And then the other one, 3 different things and a Barbie. And I said, okay, well, maybe I can get my little elf to come out now. And of course, everybody's thinking, first of all, that's funny, but that's probably not cool to be calling him an elf.
Yeah, exactly. They're kind
So-
of putting you in an interesting position.
Right. So the youth pastor comes out in a Buddy the Elf outfit, which makes everybody laugh that I wasn't talking about the gentleman that was going to play the concert. And he's dragging this oversized bag, Santa bag, huge. He pulls it out on stage, struggling with it. And I said, I'm glad you came. Could you look in there and see if I believe you asked for a Barbie doll. See if there's a Barbie doll. And he pulls one out, and I hand it to one. I'm like, see if you got another one. I hand it to the other girl. And I said, this Santa bag is so big, I've got something for everybody here. The guy pops out of the bag.
Oh my.
Makes everybody just roar with laughter and screaming, and he gets out and sits at the piano and starts the concert, and Buddy the Elf and I wave, and we're working our way down the aisle. But I just thought being in radio prepared me to do that. Being in radio has prepared me to be able to back time and get to a location 15 minutes early than I'm supposed to be there, and to know what it's like to turn on the switch when you walk through the door, and
think on your feet.
and think on your feet, and all of those things. And so I just believe that even though this has happened sooner than I thought, God's timing's perfect. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else he has in mind. Maybe I'll be on the Thanksgiving Day parade float one day for Macy's. You never know.
That story encourages me because my background is radio too. I was a radio DJ, and as I've started this YouTube channel, I've realized that, wow, Lord, like what I did in Christian radio has prepared me up to here. I mean, everything that I've done in my career has prepared me to be able to do these interviews and to edit and to tell a story, you know, because I know that that's how we change our cultures, by creating content like this and telling stories that inspire Christians. I dream of what if every Christian was salt and light. We would have a totally different world.
Exactly.
And like salt and light in the littlest ways. Like I think a lot of times we just want to look at the big, audacious, like, oh my goodness, they're making this huge impact for the kingdom. No, huge impact is just today, one single act, praying for someone. So,
Exactly.
Yeah. Does your wife really? Cool.
She's not a big fan of the beard.
So when do you start growing? Is it year round now?
I started last year as a gift to my wife. I mowed it down to 1 inch after Christmas, and then it started growing.
Yeah. Well, because
And
now
it was-
you've got Christmas in July events.
Yeah, so it was long enough in July to pull off a couple of Christmas in July events.
So would it be like December 26th, you're going to trim it, and then you'll wait till
then it'll start again.
and then start again so that you're ready for July.
Yeah,
So she gets a few months of respite. From
not enough.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit.
the things you never think of.
There's too many things on her wish list that we need to buy.
So that's what she gets, is
So
a
it's
clean
like-
shaved husband.
You get that for just a moment.
Yeah.
And then it starts growing again.
That's great. Do you have what's your favorite Christmas song, Santa?
Oh my goodness. My favorite Christmas song, which is funny because I was and still am a music director at a Christian radio station. So I was one of the biggest moaners when you start sending me Christmas music before October.
Exactly, yeah.
And somebody had already done it. It was like the end of September, and one popped in on the platform that's play MPE.
Yeah.
And so, but I have a background also before Christian radio in secular radio.
Okay.
So one of my favorites is Please Come Home for Christmas by the Eagles.
Oh, nice.
Is a classic.
Yeah.
And one of my other ones that I only was able to play during Christmas season at a secular station was Dan Fogelberg. And so, which is really, Old Lang Syne is not a Christmas song, but it was saved for the Christmas season, much like, Die Hard, people say is a Christmas
It's a Christmas movie.
movie.
Yeah. So is it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But hey,
That's
my opinion.
Comment below what you think. We'll be nice, right? He'll be watching the comments.
That's right. You don't want to get on the naughty list for your comment.
So be nice on the comments on YouTube. Well, and this might be interesting because we both worked in Christian radio, and the Christmas season, there's a big debate within Christian radio. Should we play Christmas songs by Christian artists, or should we play the Christmas songs, the classics? It's I guess this is also a salt and light time for Christian radio. Christian radio will play Christmas music because the hope of people come in and listen, and then we'll stick around and hear the Christian music into the new year.
And I'll tell you my stance on that is that I think that the radio station needs to be like a church and welcoming new people into the church. And whether that's a secular Christmas song, a feeling, an emotion, a clip from a Christmas movie, and then the very next thing that they hear is the hope in Jesus.
Yeah.
Because there's Christmas songs in the Christian world that don't sound like Christmas songs. And so there are remakes of classic ones, there are original ones that don't really sound much like a Christmas song, and then there's the ones that when you play it and you get complaints, that's not a Christian Christmas song. It's like, well, this season for us is like an open house. And we want to invite people in, and if they hear something that's familiar in one of their favorite songs that may not be a Christian Christmas song, and they stay with it, there's no telling what they're going to hear after that. It's going to bring them closer to the Lord. So I think that it could be used as a really great tool. So I don't have anything against people that won't play any secular Christmas songs, but I believe that they can be used for the good of the Lord.
Yeah, that's great. I'm eyeing an ornament over here. We're going to do a side by side.
Okay.
Let's see. Actually,
all right.
You did this pose, right? This is the first photo I saw of you was that. Not bad, not bad.
Do you know what the finger on the side of the nose is for?
I was wondering. I was like, are you picking your nose?
No. and I normally, you can do the secret.
Yeah.
But the finger on the side of the nose is a universal symbol for magic.
Oh.
And so I did this. This was a funny story. I went to a corporate Christmas party at a country club, was asked to show up and hand out bonus checks.
Oh, nice.
And so the head of this organization, I know his daughter-in-law, but I hadn't seen her in a decade when she was a little girl. Now she's in her early 20s. And she had no idea who I was. And I walked up to her and I said, "Hey, Shannon." And her eyes got big, her mouth went open. And I just put my finger on the side of my nose and then winked at her and smiled to say, "That's some magic for you."
Yeah.
So she just reached out to me and said, "That made me feel like a child again and believed in Santa Claus." So that's why you do what you do.
That's so cool. Well, I'm going to ask all the people watching this video to be praying for you.
Thank you.
This is a fellow believer who you're in the Christmas season, and just pray for protection, but also for opportunities to be able to share the love of Jesus.
Wisdom and discernment.
Yeah.
And opportunities.
Yeah.
Looking for that. Old world Santa.
Old world Santa. And so, because this is the Salty Christians YouTube channel, I always like to encourage people to be salt and light, and maybe just share a little bit of Santa wisdom of being salt and light.
Santa wisdom on being salt and light. I just think that you need to be ready, like Paul says. You need to be ready to argue your faith. If you have someone that asks you a question, and don't fall for the new world of social media that only wants to put an algorithm out there to trigger you into being outraged.
Yeah.
Don't be outraged. Step back, question it, make sure, just like we're told to question teachers and preachers to make sure that what they're saying is true. Let's do more of that with social media as well. And that goes well beyond just the Christmas season.
That's good.
Oh, Penelope, I love that baby. Oh, that would be sweet. Can you come here a little closer?
We were just doing an interview with him talking about his faith.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching the Salty Christians YouTube channel. Down below, remember, be nice, don't be naughty in the comments, subscribe. And this is just, I want this to be your weekly reminder, your encouragement to be salt and light. And so please share this with a friend, share this with someone who you think would be encouraged to go be salt and light, and to be able to hear the story from my friend here, Santa.
Stay salty and shine bright.
So do you have Santa art in your home?
No,
Okay.
no, I don't. I've got a man cave full of autographs and guitars, though.
I'll end the video with that. That's amazing.